Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Royal Rumble Sunday, PWR Primetime Extra. Damian Nelson sitting alongside David Hero. The Royal Rumble just a few hours away. And as we talked about on Primetime last night, there are some names that I think are worth talking about who either may or should appear as part of the Rumble event. And the first one, David Hero, you talked about it in DWHS last night, but it could still change by this evening. Daniel Bryan.
It could.
Not in the Rumble.
I mean, he's not in right now, and I think for good reason. I don't think he needs to be in there because if he's not going to win, why put Daniel Bryan in there? Right?
I would tend to agree with that, but the fans' expectations, will they realize they didn't see Daniel Bryan come the end of the Rumble?
Because they're going to see him in the match with Bray Wyatt.
No, I mean in the Rumble itself. I think the fans expect him to be, but will they realize that he was not?
Because, you know why? Because the fans love to chant yes. That's what it comes down to. They like to throw their hands in the air and wave them around like they just don't care. But, yeah, I mean, they're going to see him with Bray Wyatt, and who knows, maybe he gets beat down by the Wyatts after the match and can't compete in the Rumble.
We are unsure of his injury status at this time, but could Sheamus be a part of the Royal Rumble? We know he's going to be in Pittsburgh.
I think Sheamus absolutely is part of the Rumble. He needs to have his return in that match.
You said Batista would win. Could Sheamus win it?
No. Sheamus won once already.
Several people have won the Royal Rumble more than one time.
Yeah, but they're not going to. No, it has to be Batista. It really does. Because there's more of a backstory there with Triple H and Randy Orton, Evolution. There's far more depth to that story than bringing back Sheamus.
This past Monday on Raw, were you waiting for Ric Flair to come to the ring as I was when the three other members of Evolution were in the ring together?
No.
Really?
I was hoping he wouldn't show up.
Why? You hate him too now?
No, it's Ric Flair. You never know what's going to happen with him.
What do you mean?
Well, you never know what Ric Flair's going to show up.
What do you mean? There's only one Ric Flair.
Well, look what happened at that SummerSlam gimmick they had.
Dolph Ziggler, who may be cleared from his concussion by Sunday. He did say in a recent interview he is going to be evaluated today for the event this evening. Would he be a player if he were in it?
Sure, because the fans love Dolph Ziggler. I mean, I think that star may have faded out. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's considered a main event guy anymore. Think about it. Guys like Fandango and Dolph Ziggler. Well, they had to change that because of the lawsuit, but Fandango, Dolph Ziggler, The Miz.
Welcome to Movie
Zack Ryder. Look at all those guys that were the darlings and how far they've fallen.
How did you throw The Miz in that? The Miz is not in that category. The Miz is a bona fide star. He's a former WWE champion. He headlined WrestleMania.
He did. 45 years ago.
I'm still reeling from the absolutely disturbing conversation that you had with your very own son here on set yesterday.
What? He's going to be 12. He needs to smarten up eventually.
You didn't have to do it on national television.
That's why kids like Justin Bieber are so screwed up, because the parents don't sit them down and say, hey, this is real life.
It's not all fair. Parents didn't tell him that there was no... Who do you think got him the Lamborghini, the Ferrari?
Listen, all I know is that they found a snowman with Justin Bieber when he got pulled over with his DUI. So obviously he believes in Frosty.
Jake the Snake Roberts, will he be a part of this
transition,
Sunday's Royal Rumble?
I don't think Jake's going to be part of that at all. I really don't. What's so funny? I just can't see Jake taking a bump over the top rope. Can you?
Why not?
I just
work.
don't see it. Well, if he is, then he's going to go after Dean Ambrose.
There it is.
And maybe Ambrose gets his, revenge for, having the snake take a crap all over him in the middle of the ring.
These three names are very far-fetched because the end doesn't justify the means. But firstly, a man rumored to be back in WWE, a man who, we know is a free agent for sure, Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
He's not going to be in the ring.
Will he be at the Rumble?
He could be. He could be there.
Shown at the Rumble. He
could be.
Sting, David Hero?
No, there's no way Sting's back. No, not yet. No. Nope. They gotta get the wheels rolling on that first and iron out contracts and everything else.
He'll be there. He's part of the panel. Ric Flair
will not be in the ring. As far as they're concerned, he's been retired since he lost to Shawn Michaels. They don't acknowledge the TNA Impact Wrestling run he had.
True. All right, so you've picked Batista. You said Sheamus won't win, and I think Sheamus might have a chance. Another man a lot of people out there, including this guy sitting right here, thinks might have a chance is Roman Reigns.
No.
He uses your little Superman punch and whatnot. He still isn't over with you.
He's not going to headline WrestleMania. He's not going to be the guy on the poster.
All right, okay, hold up, back up.
That's what you have to look at. Who's going to be on the poster? Who is the marquee match?
Elimination Chamber.
That doesn't
where
mean
the
anything.
spot for the Rumble has many times, or for the main event has many times been up for grabs at that event. They can get out of it if they need to.
For the brand that doesn't have the match, yes. But now it's a unified title.
So that being the primary reason that Roman Reigns will not win.
Absolutely.
So you go into Elimination Chamber, maybe Roman Reigns does win it.
No.
Maybe they make a star out of him.
No.
Somehow or another, the other two members of the Shield cause him to lose his spot.
Not going to headline WrestleMania.
And that's what I just said. Perhaps at Elimination Chamber, the other two members of the Shield cause him to lose his spot at
And that would be
Mania.
a shame because they should not split the Shield up yet. I still think they have a lot more business to do.
Batista. John Cena, obvious winner. Triple H, obvious winner. Rey Mysterio, not so obvious.
Oh, of course he was. After Eddie died? Oh, he was the favorite to win that.
I don't think amongst the masses he was the favorite to win, especially after spending an hour and 2 minutes in there. The winner of the Royal Rumble is many times much more obvious than we want to admit that it is. And I would tend to agree
Remember when
that
Del
Batista,
Rio won? That was obvious.
Did he win the Rumble?
Of course he did.
Oh, and then had the opening match at Mania with Edge?
Yeah, and Edge won because he was retiring the next day.
However, the joys of the Royal Rumble are every 2 minutes when that countdown happens and the buzzer goes off. And we are in Pittsburgh for the Royal Rumble, which is tonight at the Conso Energy Center. I want to thank everybody who showed up last night as well to Latitude 40 with Big Sexy Kevin Nash and the stars of Ring of Honor Wrestling. And we'll be rolling on in now to New Orleans, Louisiana for SWO, the Shenanigans World Order, and the After Party. Tickets available now at pwrshow.com. That's Xtra, David Hero. It's time to head on over to the Royal Rumble. You guys enjoy the Rumble as well. And remember, tomorrow it's a brand new episode of the Double D Podcast dropping from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Be available on your devices and online tomorrow.
I did place the order for all the food and drinks for the suite. I took care of that for you. It's on your Amex. Thank you.
For that one, it's Damian Nelson saying thank you for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow on the podcast.